Well, if I could be completely honest, I had to think about it very well because it's an alcoholic brand. And I really wanted to be careful with my endorsements. And then they presented the campaign to me. And I do drink sangria, I do drink Maria Clara. And I come from Olongapo. That's where I grew up in. And I remember for New Year's, my mom would actually, my family, my titas would bring in Maria Clara as well. And so these are things that I'm not foreign to. So that was one thing off of my checklist. Another thing was I wanted to make sure that this was actually a brand that I can represent. And so when I looked at the campaign, they were looking for somebody who can represent Maria Clara, not just being, a brand that's been there for many years, but a brand that's been a friend for many years. And I believe that my music has been a friend. I don't really identify my music as, I've never really fit any stereotype. So I can never claim recognition when people give me recognition because I don't think I deserve it. In that sense, I know I work really hard, but at the same time, I know that so many other people are working twice, 5 times as hard as me. And so I say that acknowledging, and I'm proud of myself as well. But at the same time, I identify my music as not really as something I can boast about, but something that I can be a friend to people through. Is that? And so when Maria Clara presented the campaign to me, I loved it so much already. And ayun po. No comment. Ito na lang po, magkikwento na lang po ako. Nung nag-TikTok po ako for Maria Clara. Tapos nakatatlong class po ako. Pagkatapos ko po i-shoot yun, nalasing na po ako. Hindi pa po nalabas yung virgin nun eh. So, yun po.
Yeah, hi Moira. Congratulations.
But I kept scratching them because it didn't. I actually sang for commercial jingles when I first started my career, and it actually sorry, I lost my train of thought. My first few years in the industry, I was actually singing for commercial jingles. And so I kind of have an idea how brands want their commercial jingles to sound like. And when Maria Clara approached me, I thought in my head that that was how they had originally wanted the jingle to sound like. But then in the end, when I look back at the campaign brief, it was very far from the jingles that I had made. And so I made something that I thought would be nice to listen to whenever you have a Maria Clara glass at hand and trying to unwind and seeing Maria Clara as that constant companion and trying to forget things or trying to escape things or trying to just rest your mind from thinking about things that you don't want to think about for a moment. I wanted to accompany that with music that will ease your mind for even just a little bit and remind you that kaya mo yan, you are not alone in this, and things are gonna be alright. And so that was kind of like the process of how Maria Clara was written. Hindi naman po, ganito lang po talaga ako magsalita. Paglabas ko po sa nanay ko, ganito na po talaga ako. Pati pag-iyak ko po ata, ganito na rin. So, pasensya na po. Baka yung nanay ko po uminom ng Maria Clara, kaya paglabas ko, ganito na.
Nung pinanganak si Moira.
Or I get ahead. But it depends. It depends when I'm sad.
Why? Wait, what kind of social drinker are you?
I don't know. Define social drinker. I mean, in our industry, we always have to be social.
Mhm.
I am an introvert, but I had to learn to be social. And I'm an introvert and I have ADHD. And so I had to learn how to be social and to be around people. So I have learned to kind of drink socially. So when I'm out, I kind of know how to control my drinking. But when I am around people I'm safe with, I do allow myself to get a little drunk.
Well, you deserve mo naman sa sa hirap mo magtrabaho, di ba? At kumayod at mag-perform. Pero let's talk about yun last, yung drinking and your ADHD. How do you balance that? How do you handle that? Especially, of course, it can kick in.
Yes. Everything in moderation. Again, I don't believe in depriving yourself. I think when somebody asked something about keto, I actually did all the diets before, and nothing really worked until I just last year I just decided to just take it easy and to just take things one step at a time, and then the weight just came off naturally with the help of my hormone doctor, and so everything just happened effortlessly. But I wasn't really focusing on my weight, it was more my mental well-being, and I wasn't depriving myself of any food of Maria Clara. I wasn't depriving myself of anything. I was just taking everything in moderation. I was taking my time, taking it one day at a time, and everything just slowly happened. And so I think it's knowing how to acknowledge my weaknesses as well as my strengths, and acknowledging what was good for me and what was bad, and knowing what to walk away from. And so yeah, I think that's how I kind of took care of myself. I think that's a faith line. I think for all of us. I think none of us know exactly what happens in the future. But we all choose to have faith anyway. I was in Canada with my band for my world tour in in March, and we were in 5 cities. And in those 5 cities, whenever I'm in a city or in a country, I would usually know kung saan ako pupunta, kung may gusto akong makita. But for some reason, there was only one city in Canada that I didn't really know what to expect from, and it was Winnipeg. And so upon arriving Winnipeg, I didn't really have any plans, and so I just stayed in the hotel room. But it was in Winnipeg that I got to be head to head with a polar bear with. And then it was in Winnipeg that we saw the Northern Lights. And it was also in Winnipeg that we made history being the first Filipino to ever perform at the Canada Life Center. And I was sharing with the audience there. Visit ka. Ito po, first circle ko ng The Dog Show habang nagpe-press ko. But I think it takes a while for people to really know who their first circle is. And it definitely took a while for me. And I'm really, really thankful that in the last few years, God really helped me define who my friends are. And for me, these people really showed me what friends really look like. And they have been behind me for the last 8 years. And they've never left my side. It's a safe space. I think a friend is there to, they're not people who will tolerate when you do something wrong. But you will read it in their hearts, the intention when they correct you. Because there will always be noise around you. There will always be opinions. But you'll always hear intention.
Kung meron man po, baka hindi ko na yan po naalala.
Last question ko, what's your advice to people na pag nakakainom, doon lumalabas yung bubog sa buhay nila?
Parang po sa inyo po ba ito?
Pwede. Para sa'yo.
Ano pong pangalan niya, sir?
Jojo.
Sir Jojo, everything will be alright. Drink moderately.
Salamat.
Thank you! Ang dito po tayo.